Alright you guys, so today I'm going to show you how to connect your Apple Thunderbolt display from 2011 to 2 Macs at the same time. In this case, as you can see in the video, we have my M3 Max MacBook Pro, and over here on the other side we have our M4 Mac Mini in this mini Mac Pro case. If you're interested in this case, there's a link down below. You can purchase it directly on Amazon. I will earn a small commission, but it won't cost you anything extra. Now let's get into how we connect our Thunderbolt display to 2 Macs at the same time. Alright, so as far as what you're going to need to get this set up, you're going to need 2 of these Apple Thunderbolt 2 to Thunderbolt 3 adapters. These are available on Amazon. I'll have a link down in the description. Alright, so the last thing you're going to need is a Thunderbolt 2 to Thunderbolt 2 cable. Now on both ends, this is a male Thunderbolt port because our Thunderbolt display has a female Thunderbolt port on the back, allowing for a second connection. Your first Mac is going to use the built-in Thunderbolt cable in the Thunderbolt display. Your second Mac is going to use this external Thunderbolt 2 to Thunderbolt 2 cable. But the problem with these cables are, as time progresses forward, they are harder and harder to come by. This one specifically, I was able to purchase off of eBay a few months ago, but other than that, I have not seen barely any of these cables available. So if I'm able to find a Thunderbolt 2 cable for you guys that is readily available and like consistently in stock, I will have it linked down in the description so you guys can purchase it easily. Now, a mini DisplayPort cable will not work. For this to work, it has to be a Thunderbolt 2 to Thunderbolt 2 cable. You cannot use just any old mini DisplayPort cable that you find on Amazon. Even though it is the same port, you need a Thunderbolt 2 to Thunderbolt 2 cable. Alright, so to set up both your Macs, you're going to take one end of the Thunderbolt 2 cable and plug it into the Thunderbolt 2 end of the Thunderbolt 2 to Thunderbolt 3 adapter. Now, as you see here, this time I'm using the external cable, but you're going to do the same thing with your built-in Thunderbolt display cable. You're going to take the adapter and you're going to plug it in to one end of the cable. Alright, so as you can see, here's a look at the back of our Mac Mini where we have our Thunderbolt 2 to Thunderbolt 3 adapter plugged into the bottom Thunderbolt port on my M4 Mac Mini. And then we have the external cable going from the Thunderbolt 2 to Thunderbolt 3 adapter all the way up into the female Thunderbolt port in the back of the display. So the M4 Mac Mini is all set up and ready to go now. And over here we have my M3 Max MacBook Pro connected as well via a Thunderbolt 2 to Thunderbolt 3 adapter. But this time we're using the built-in cable in the display. And real quick, I just want to talk about these ports on the back. Now obviously we have 3 USB-A ports, the female Thunderbolt port, as well as I think a FireWire port and an Ethernet port. All these ports work completely, no issues, no problems. But the coolest thing for me is I have my audio interface connected, as you see that red thing down there, and you see those 2 white USB-A cables. Well, those are going to my Magic Keyboard and my Magic Trackpad. Now, what's awesome is when we switch Macs, like let's say we go from the Mac Mini to the MacBook Pro, the USB devices will automatically switch over and switch back and forth as we switch Macs. Pretty cool. Same thing with the Ethernet and the FireWire port. Alright, so as you see here, we have my M3 Max MacBook Pro connected, and the M4 Mac Mini right now is completely off, not in sleep, completely shut down. So it is only displaying the MacBook Pro on the Thunderbolt display right now. You cannot have it display both Macs at the same time on the display. And there is no input button on the Thunderbolt display, so there is no way for you to manually switch the input. The only way to switch is to turn one Mac completely off, completely shut it down, and turn the other one on once the other Mac is shut down. As you see, we have the M3 Max MacBook Pro connected right now, and we are now going to go up to the Apple menu in the upper left corner, and we're going to click shut down, and we are going to click shut down again. Now the Mac is going to completely shut down, the display is going to disconnect. Now as you see, the USB devices just shut down and came back on because the monitor is still powered. Now that our MacBook is completely off, we're now going to press the power button on the M4 Mac Mini and We're going to wait for it to show up on the display. And boom, there is our M4 Mac Mini showing up on the display. And as you see, the USB devices switch over as well. As you see, I'm touching the trackpad and it's moving around the display. And boom, just like that, we're in the M4 Mac Mini now. Pretty cool, right? But as you see currently, the M3 Max MacBook Pro is completely off during this. Lastly, we're going to switch back to the M3 Max MacBook Pro from the M4 Mac Mini just to show you guys again one more time how this works. So on the M4 Mac Mini, now we're going to go into the Apple menu, we're going to press shutdown, and we're going to press continue. The M4 Mac Mini is then going to completely shut down. The USB devices are going to disconnect, and then we're going to turn on our MacBook Pro so it connects to the display. And boom, we're just going to tap the trackpad on the MacBook Pro to wake it up. And as you see, we get an Apple logo on the screen. The MacBook Pro is now booting up. As you see, the backlight for the Thunderbolt display just came on, meaning it is connected to the MacBook now instead of the M4 Mac Mini. All we have to do is put in our password and it should immediately come up on the display. But as you can see, the USB devices have already switched over, obviously because I'm using the Magic Keyboard and the Magic Trackpad to operate the laptop. And boom, right after we put in our password, the M3 Max MacBook Pro is now displaying on the Thunderbolt display. And it's really that simple, guys. It is a little bit of a pain in the ass that we need two Thunderbolt 2 to Thunderbolt 3 adapters, and we need an external extra Thunderbolt 2 to Thunderbolt 2 cable, but it does indeed work. The USB passover is pretty cool. So yeah, guys, that's how you connect your Apple Thunderbolt display to two Macs at the same time. If you guys have any questions or issues with this, let me know down in the comments and I'll do my best to help everybody out. With that being said, I do have an Amazon storefront. If you guys would like to support the channel, you can purchase anything I have linked on my storefront and I will earn a small commission, but it won't cost you anything extra. And it's just a way to support the channel and support me making these videos. Also, you can click the join button down below to become a member today for some exclusive perks. And subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future. Like the video and comment down below. I'll see you guys later.